ওয়েলকাম টু মাই ইউটিউব চ্যানেল। আশা করি তোমরা সবাই ভালো আছো। এর আগের ভিডিওতে আমি তোমাদের ক্লাস 12 4th সেমিস্টারে অ্যালিস ইন ওয়ান্ডারল্যান্ড আমি তোমাদের লাইন বাই লাইন পড়িয়ে দিয়েছি। আজকে আমি তোমাদের সেখান থেকে কিছু কোশ্চেন অ্যান্সার আলোচনা করে দিচ্ছি। তোমাদের আগে বলে দিই, টোস যেটা আছে অ্যালিস ইন ওয়ান্ডারল্যান্ড, এখান থেকে তোমাদের আসবে 2 মার্কস আর 6 মার্কসের। আজকে আমি তোমাদের 2 মার্কসের কিছু ইম্পর্টেন্ট কোশ্চেন দিয়ে দিচ্ছি। এর পরের ভিডিওতে আমি তোমাদের 6 মার্কসে দিয়ে দেবো। এছাড়াও হক রোস্টিং, দ্যাট টাইম অফ এয়ার, সনেট 73, দ্য গ্রিন হাউস এফেক্ট, আমি তোমাদের এগুলো কোশ্চেন অ্যান্সার দিয়ে দিয়েছি পড়ানোর সঙ্গে সঙ্গে। যারা দেখোনি তারা সেই ভিডিওগুলো দেখে নিতে পারো। তাহলে বন্ধুরা আরম্ভ করে দিচ্ছি। চ্যানেলে যারা নতুন, চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে রাখো, আর ভিডিওটা ভালো লাগলে লাইক এবং বন্ধুদের শেয়ার করে দিও। আমার প্রথম কোশ্চেন, who was saying, oh dear, I shall be late, and why was he saying it? It was the white rabbit who was saying, oh dear, I shall be late. He said this because he was in a great hurry and seemed very worried about being late for something important. Next, why does Carroll use the effect of making strange things seem normal? Carroll wants his readers to see the world through the eyes of small child. To child, everything is new, and even the strangest things can seem ordinary by presenting bizarre event as normal. He captured a child's natural openness and curiosity. Next, who is the author of the story Down the Rabbit Hole? From which literary work is this story taken? The author of the story Down the Rabbit Hole is Lewis Carroll. This story is taken from novel Alice's Adventure of Wonderland. Describe the white rabbit action in appearance in your own words. The white rabbit looked quite unusual. He had pink eyes and wore a smart little waistcoat. He acted like a person by taking to himself, checking the time on the pocket watch, and hurrying as if he had an important appointment. Next, how is the rabbit hole described in the story? In the story, the rabbit hole is described as a large hole under the hedge. At first, it runs straight like a tunnel, but then it suddenly grows down sleepy like a deep well. Why did Alice have plenty of time to think as she fell down the well? Alice had plenty of time to look around and wonder what was going to happen next. This was either because the well was very deep or because she was falling very slowly. What did Alice see when she landed after the fall? When Alice landed, she found herself in a hall with many locked doors. On a little three-legged glass table, she saw a small golden key. Then she saw a tiny door that led to a beautiful garden, but she was too big to go through it. Why did Alice tell herself to stop crying? Alice told herself to stop crying because she felt ashamed of acting like a child after growing so big. She thought it was silly and scolded herself to stop at once. What did Alice find on the little three-legged glass table in the hall? Alice found a small golden key on the little three-legged glass table. Later, she used that key to unlock the tiny door that led to a beautiful garden. Why could Alice not go out of the hall. Alice could not go out of the hall because all the doors were locked. One teeny door opened into a small garden, but it was too small for her to pass through. Who is the protagonist or main character of the story Down the Rabbit Hole? The protagonist or main character of the story Down the Rabbit Hole is Alice, a curious and imaginative young girl. Why, why did Alice wonder about latitude or longitude? Alice wondered about latitude or longitude because she was falling for so long that she thought she might fall through the earth and come out on the other side. Describe the hallway in your words. Alice found herself in a long and low hall. There were many locked doors along the walls and lamps hanging from the ceiling. Only the small door opened into a beautiful garden, but it was too small for her to pass through. What was written on the small cake? Where was it found? Two words, "Eat me," were written on the small cake in carton. There it was found a small glass box under the table. How did Alice fall down the rabbit hole? Alice saw the white rabbit pop down a large hole. Instantly, she jumped into, without a moment thought. The hole dropped so suddenly that she found herself falling into what felt like a very deep well. Who was Dina? What was Alice thinking about Dina while she was falling? Dinah was Alice's pet cat. While she was falling, Alice was thinking about cat Dinah. She wondered if Dinah would miss her, and then she began to wonder in a dreamy way whether cats eat bats or bats cat eats. What did Alice then wish when she saw the garden? When Alice saw the garden, she wished she could become small enough to fit through the teeny door and enter the beautiful garden. She wanted very much to walk in it among the flowers and fountain. Why Alice does not like her sister's book? What does she think about the book? Alice does not like her sister's book because it was no picture or conversation in it. She thinks such books are useless and not worth reading. To her, a book without picture or conversation is dull and uninteresting. Why did not Alice stop to think before jumping into the rabbit hole? Alice was not curious about the white rabbit that she followed it without thinking. She jumped into the rabbit hole without considering how she would ever get out again. Why did Alice sit down and cry? Alice sat Alice sat down and cried because she felt helpless and flustered. She had grown too big to get through the little door to the beautiful garden and did not know what to do next. What did Alice find on the table when she came back the second time? When Alice came back to the table for the second time, she found a small bottle with the label "Drink Me" on it. The bottle had not been there before. How did Alice manage the jar that she picked up? Alice picked up the jar while she was falling. It was empty, and she did not want to drop it. for fear or killing somebody underneath. So she somehow managed to put it back on a shelf as she passed it. Did Alice think the white rabbit out of the way? What did the feel later about it? Alice did not think so it unnatural or out of the way to hear the white rabbit say to itself, oh dear, I shall be late. Next 24 এর question. What did Alice see when she was sitting on the river bank? As she sat on the river bank, Alice saw a white rabbit wearing a waistcoat and carrying a pocket watch, running by the muttering that he would be late. Next এবং last question. Where was Alice sitting? Who was with her? Alice was sitting on a riverbank on a warm, lazy afternoon. She was accompanied by her elder sister, who was reading a book that Alice find uninteresting. আচ্ছা বন্ধুরা, আশা করি তোমরা আজকের কোশ্চেন অ্যান্সার বুঝতে পেরেছো। অ্যালিস অ্যান্ড ওয়ান্ডারল্যান্ড থেকে আমি তোমাদের নেক্সট ভিডিওতে আরও কিছু 2 মার্কসের কোশ্চেনের সঙ্গে সঙ্গে 6 মার্কসের কোশ্চেন অ্যান্সারও আলোচনা করে দেবো। আর ভিডিওটা ভালো লাগলে বন্ধুদের শেয়ার করে দিও। তারপরে আমি তোমাদের 3 কোশ্চেনটা পড়ানোর সঙ্গে সঙ্গে সেখান থেকেও কোশ্চেন অ্যান্সার দিয়ে দেবো। আচ্ছা বন্ধুরা, ভালো থেকো।